The Philippines is taking a page out of China's book by building up its fleet that includes fishing boats in the South China Sea, the Southeast Asian nation's top diplomat. Manila's Navy Chief Giovanni Carlo Bacordo announced last week that about 240 militiamen would be deployed to the contested waters of the Scarborough Shoal and the Spratly Islands, recruiting fishers and organizing them into seaborne militia units to counter Chinese fishing boats' growing presence in the disputed waters. "We are swarming the areas because that's the Chinese strategy, to swarm the areas also with the fishing boats," Foreign Affairs Secretary Teodoro Locsin said in an online discussion this week organized by Asia Society. "The likelihood of an accident increases tremendously by deploying vessels in disputed waters," Locsin said. He also said the Philippines' defense treaty with the U.S. would kick in if one of the country's military vessels is hit, citing U.S. Secretary of State Michael Pompeo's assurance last year. A month ago, at least 100 Chinese fishing boats, organized like militia, gathered near the Philippine-occupied Thitu Island. Until the Philippines materializes its plans, China and Vietnam would be South China Sea's only players employing maritime militia. Other claimants of the resource-rich waters, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Brunei, are less likely to do so. However, President Rodrigo Duterte has recently leaned back toward the U.S. and toughened his stance against China. Last month in front of world leaders, he defended the Permanent Court of Arbitration's 2016 ruling in favor of the Philippines that said Beijing's expansive territorial claims in the South China Sea breached international law. China claims almost the entire South China Sea, believed to be rich in energy and marine resources. Brunei, Malaysia, Vietnam, and Taiwan also have claims. Last year Duterte said Beijing had offered Manila a controlling stake in a joint energy venture in the South China Sea to set aside an international arbitral award against China. The United States views the Chinese maritime militia as playing a major role in coercive activities to achieve China's political goals without fighting, according to a China military report by the Pentagon. Last year, the then U.S. Navy Chief John Richardson told his Chinese counterpart Shen Jinlong that his forces would not treat the Chinese Coast Guard or maritime militia differently from the People's Liberation Army Navy. As a result, Chen said that Chinese militia in the South China Sea would be replaced by formal civilian law enforcement, except for unique situations, according Chen.